Hello, friends. It's June, and I have another State of the Church update for you. This one is a little bit late. You probably noticed it's, it's the middle of June. I planned to send you one earlier, but things are changing very quickly right now, and I'm playing catch up a little bit as stuff changes in the life of the church. The major change that I want to address with you first is that the time has finally come for us to have our Sunday morning services be reunited again. It's been over a year, well over a year, since all of us have been able to gather in the same room on a Sunday morning to worship together. And we're going to begin unified services on Sunday morning again in July. July 4th, Sunday, July 4th will be our first reunified service, and that's going to be at 10 a.m. in the auditorium. Right now, if everybody who worships here on Sunday mornings at Grace Church were to be all in one room at the same time, we'd have well over 200 folks together, which in one room is going to feel like a lot of people. Our capacity is well beyond that. It's not really a whole lot of people for the size of that room. But given what we've all been through the last year, I think it's going to feel crowded. I want to encourage you, friends, if you feel comfortable, if you feel more comfortable wearing a mask when we gather together all as one group in July, please do so. Don't feel hesitant about that. Don't wonder if people are going to judge you or not. We're not. No one's going to be judging anybody, I hope. When we gather together, we're going to be celebrating and worshiping God. So do what you need to do to feel comfortable being in a setting like that. We are going to have an overflow area in one of the rooms of the church with the live feed. So if you come and sit down and it's just way too much to be around so many folks, you'll have an option to be there. I also want to say that, as always, if you've got any symptoms of illness, especially COVID-19, you've been exposed to somebody who has COVID, please do not come to a big public gathering like that. The COVID numbers are in sharp decline in our area. But for the folks who are still getting it, it's not any less serious than it's ever been. And we don't want to make our coming back together as a church the occasion for grief by, causing a minor outbreak in our congregation. So please take those kind of things seriously, even as we're not social distancing or limiting our capacity in services anymore. So starting July 4th, we're back together for one morning service. That service is going to be at 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings. We're not going to start having Sunday school yet or make other changes to our service yet. We're not going to start with bulletins again yet. We're not going to pass the offering plate yet. The Lord's Supper is going to continue to be in those wonderful little cups that we've been using, in part because we have a lot of those cups now and we want to use them and get them out of here. So we're going to continue the way we are for the next little bit with the service, pretty much as it has been. And we're going to try to keep it at the same in the same time frame, about an hour. And it's also going to continue to be live streamed, probably indefinitely. We do need Nursery, though. We need more nursery workers, as we're expecting more families with small children being together and indoors needing nursery. So please consider volunteering in the nursery. The more folks that volunteer, the less of a responsibility it is, because we can spread out those volunteer shifts more. And we're only having one service. It's only an hour. It's only the little kids. So please contact Christy Carr or Kristen Griffin if you are willing to serve in the nursery. There really is a need for nursery workers right now. We are going to continue having our evening services as they are right now. We're going to be at 6 p.m. having a time of prayer and worship and some teaching from the Word in the auditorium on Sunday evenings right now. There will be some variety in those services. Those of you that have attended, we've been singing, we've been looking at the scriptures, we've been having some times of corporate prayer together. We're also going to have some missionary updates during that time. We're going to have some testimonies and that sort of thing in the weeks to come. And also in the near future here, in the next few weeks probably, we're going to have a special baptism service on a Sunday evening. We have enough folks seeking baptism right now and going through the process of our baptism classes that it would be too many to baptize on a Sunday morning as part of another service. So we're going to have a special service dedicated to just that. And that'll be on a Sunday evening. More details about that to follow. But it will be in the coming weeks. For the rest of the summer, throughout the week, ministries at Grace Church for children and adults are going to continue pretty much as they have for right now, with the plans being at the end of the summer and beginning of the fall to make changes. So we're going to have our kids meeting for activities every other Wednesday night. We're going to have young adults meeting for Bible study on the off Wednesday nights. We're going to have our youth group meeting every Wednesday as they have been, and we've got some special activities that we're planning for later in the summer for youth. Bible studies and prayer meetings with adults are going to continue as they are, a little bit here, a little bit there, with plans for a more robust schedule for all of that coming at the end of summer. We also have all sorts of special events being planned right now. The most immediate one is on the 26th, when we're having a church picnic. We didn't get to have a church picnic last year, so this will be the first one in 2 years. And on the 26th of June, that's a Saturday at 4 p.m., we'll meet here at the church to have time for food and games, probably music, really unfettered socialization and fellowship together. Details to follow. If you have questions about that, or you want to communicate ideas, talk to Pastor Bruce. He is sort of taking the reins with the church picnic. But that's on the 26th at 4 p.m. And like I said, there are more events that we're planning that are going to follow. We're planning to have a water night with water balloons and slip and slide, that sort of stuff, sometime in July. We're going to have an ice cream social in August probably. We're going to have some kind of celebration to kick off our regular activities in September. Then it'll be a missions conference in October. We'll have Thanksgiving dinner in November. We'll have a talent show in December. And then that's 2021. It's hard to believe that 2021 is already half over. I feel like I'm still recovering from 2020, and this is all happening very quickly. But God is blessing us in it. At this point in the year, halfway through the year, you'll be happy to know that financially speaking, Grace Church is doing well. We're in a healthy place. The regular giving has been beyond our budget projections, and we're in a good place there. And then also there were a couple significant gifts made last month to the church, one-time gifts from folks that put us well over our budget projections for this point in the year. The elders and the deacons are working together, thinking, prayerfully considering how to spend that money well and steward what God is giving us. All in all, God is he's blessing us pretty abundantly in this season of our life as a church. There are old faces that we haven't seen in a while back in our services. There are new faces there joining us and participating in the life of the church. There's a closeness that we haven't known in quite a while, and it's good. I've ended these videos for months now with exhortations to unity, to patience, to showing each other mercy and demonstrating humility and forgiving each other and not keeping a record of offenses with each other. And I'm happy at this point to give you an exhortation just to be grateful for what God is doing and what he has done. You remember in Luke chapter 17, there were those 10 lepers that the Lord Jesus encountered, and he healed them all. And of the 10 that were healed, only one returned to give him thanks. And Jesus noted that, where are the other 9? Were there not 10 that were healed, and only this one returns to give thanks? Let's, at this time in our life together as a church, as individuals, as Christians, let's be sure that we give thanks to God for his faithfulness to us. I mean, he's not neglected us. That's been clear. We've asked him month after month, week after week, to help us, to carry us through a season of trial, and he has been very faithful. And here we are enjoying some of the fruits of his faithfulness and some of the relief that he's bringing. We should not neglect to return to him with gratitude. So I want to encourage you, friends, spend some time this week by yourself, with your family, with other folks, communicating in prayer some thanksgiving to God. Thank him for the way that he's watched over us and he's kept us. And now at this point, he's bringing us some relief. Say with the psalmist in Psalm 126, "The Lord has done great things for us. We are glad." It's true. God has done great things for us. And it's right that we be glad. So, all that being said, I thank you for listening. I thank you for letting me be your pastor. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here in the church with you. And I look forward to seeing you soon.